Loves, I hope all is well. I'm slowly getting back into the swing of things, so we're going to start with a reading for the month of March. So I'm going to ask you to choose and feel which crystal is resonating with you. Then I'm going to pull from 3 different decks to get a message. So our first crystal is, there we go, black kyanite. And our second crystal is citrine. And last but not least, blue kyanite. So whichever one you are feeling, whichever one is speaking to you, then that is your crystal and this is your message. So we're going to start with our black kyanites. This energy right now is so much about purging, and basically we are floating down the lazy river, and all of the ick from the bottom of the river is floating to the surface. So all of our past stuff, old energies, things that are outdated, things that may still be a trigger, things that just no longer serve who we are becoming and who we are in this moment. So while you're in your floaty boat chilling and just floating down the river, you have to decide, as these things that are surfacing are floating by, do you want to grab them and pull them into the boat with you, or do you just want to peacefully let them, float on by and keep it moving? Because what you pull into your boat with you it has to be in alignment with who you are becoming and the path that you're on for your highest and greatest good, the path that you are on to align with your highest vibration. So try to make sure you are taking lots of deep breaths and really using your healing tools to help you with this transition. It is for the highest and greatest good of all. It's a collective ascension, transition, however you want to word it. And it's really important to stay in the flow. Okay. All right, my love. So for my black kyanite family, what do we have? First 2 cards, resurrection and intensity. Resurrection and intensity. So again, this is basically, again, talking about the things that are coming to surface, the things that are surfacing in order for you to let them go. They're just asking you to be present with yourself and really ask yourself, when things are challenging you, to look deeper, When things are feeling a little chaotic, look within yourself and don't allow that old energy to pull you back into an older, outdated version of yourself. Remember, a lot of things that are happening are kind of, it's like triggering parts of your unhealed parts, whether it's your unhealed inner child, your unhealed shadow, your unhealed ego, and it's just asking you to be with them and release them. So it's about that feel, deal, heal, release. So they're just asking you to be present, because everything that's been in darkness is now coming to light, so that you can release and so that you can fully ingrain yourself in who you are right now and not get lost in that old energy, not allow old, outdated, or lower vibrational stuff to pull you back down into the darkness, because there's no going back from here. You've done so much inner work. You've done so much to heal yourself and so much to really be witness to yourself and really see yourself, see your truth, and calling yourself out on your own shit. So they're just asking you to really allow those things to surface and also allow them to go, because the intensity is all about that fire, like burning things away that just aren't serving you. So you can be with it. You can, they're saying not to give it power, but to give it your attention. So it's like, okay, this triggered me, or this bothered me, or this angered me, or this upset me, whatever. And it's okay, because my human still needs to be human, but I also have the mindfulness and the self-awareness to let it go and to not become the emotion. So feel the emotions you need to feel, but don't become the emotions, and don't let them take you over, I guess you can say, because they're just saying the intensity is also about, the feelings that are coming to surface. Like, yeah, they feel intense. They feel quick, like burns, like it burns hot, burn fast, burn hot. But also that it's okay. Like, it's okay for you to let it burn for a minute, but it's important for you to be present and to really allow yourself to let it go, to release it. And that's going to give you that inner strength and more of that mindfulness and more of that understanding as to, why these things are surfacing and what to do with them, so to speak. So it's just like allow things to come, allow things to go, and allow that ebb and flow, and release all attachments to those outdated things. Like who you were would have reacted a certain way to a situation coming up, or seeing someone or hearing from someone and that kind of stuff, where now you're able to step back and be like, hold on, and really take responsibility for yourself, and really, validate your feelings and allow them to go. So there's asking you to stay in your full power and stay in that fiery energy, stay in that, and the energy of that passion for who you are now and everything that you are building for yourself in this becoming and in this new vibration. Okay. And then we have humility, spontaneity, and discernment. So again, this is just asking you to really be humble with yourself. Like it feels like a lot of things have happened in your life, and especially like during this healing, like this conscious healing, that have humbled you to a point of where you've taken responsibility for yourself. You've taken responsibility for your own actions, your own emotions, your own feelings, your own attitude, everything. Like you don't have the blinders on, and you're not allowing things to just be like, oh, this is your fault, or this is their fault, or this is, no, you understand yourself on a bigger level, like on a higher level, and where, what, I take responsibility for my part in A, B, and C, where, before your journey, like before that conscious healing journey started and you really were digging in, it was kind of like almost a victimhood or a deflection, like not fully taking responsibility externally. Like within you knew, but you're deflecting, and, just older energy that just isn't who you are now, because you were so self-aware and you were so in your power. So they're just asking you to stay there and remember that life can humble us at any time. So really take that chance to, develop those skills and clear the illusion of what was and see it for what it is. And that feels like for some of you, that's going to be in relation to old relationships, like old romantic relationships, like exes kind of coming back and either, that, hey, how you doing text, haven't heard from you in a long time text, like that kind of stuff. And they're asking you to just see, and not just relationship wise, like as far as romantic relationships, but also relationships with people that you may not communicate with that often, like old friends, stuff like that. But they're asking you to see the truth of those relationships and the truth of why you no longer engage with them, and to remember that we can't live in the fantasy of what we wanted something to be, because it is what it is and it was what it was. So just asking you to, use that discernment and use that knowledge of who you are now to distinguish the difference between, what was and who you are now and what is now. And oh yeah, I remember, I know why I no longer engage with this person, or I know why I no longer have, a lot of communication with this person, so on and so forth. And it feels like the spontaneity is just really about you giving that freedom to yourself to be who you are. You being in that like personal power to say, you know what, it's about time I get out there and I'm seen and I share my voice and I share my journey, like really communicating with the people that it's like you have a lot of people around you that may not be as far on their healing journey as you are. So they're asking you to, speak your truth. Don't shy away from being seen, and get out there and really engage with yourself and really be proud of yourself, because you've done the work. You've done the work. And for those who haven't, or those who still are struggling, you can be that lighthouse for them and that point of power for them without, diminishing your light. And also, having healthy boundaries to know that I'm not here to save anyone, but me living my best life and me doing that inner work is naturally helping, the people closest to me and the collective energy. Okay. So you have family, last two cards, family and sanctuary. So it just feels like you have such a strong connection with your chosen family and your soul family that is coming forward. Like your energy is calling them forward. So the healing that you've been doing and the work, the inner work that you've been doing is really setting out this beacon for your soul family to really step forward and to, it's like that sanctuary is very much about you feeling at home with these new people, with these soul family members that are stepping forward. And it feels like you already have connection with a couple of soul family members that feed your soul, and that they just get you. They understand you. But this beacon of light that you are shining, this beacon of light from your own healing, your own journey, is really calling forward more of that soul family. So there's asking you to be patient and to know that you're on this beautiful path. You're on the right path, and not that there's a wrong path, but you're on the path for your highest good, where you are calling forward your soul family and the people that you can truly be your authentic, genuine self with all the time, without having to dim your light or to, feel like you just can't speak your truth, so to speak. So they're just saying to know that feeling of home is coming. That feeling of home with people outside of you. Like you found this beautiful place within yourself, but now you're going to feel home with other people that are stepping forward. Okay. All right, my loves, I hope that resonated. We are going to move on to our citrine pile. So if citrine was the crystal that was speaking to you, this is for you. Okay. All right. So we have earth, home, and river flow. Earth, home, and river flow. So I feel like it's very much, and they're also saying number 4. So if you're seeing 4s a lot, then it's just more confirmation. But it's very much, and 5s. Sorry, 4s and 5s. So it's very much about the ebbing and flowing that you've been doing. And it's like you've taken on this place within yourself. So, that home within yourself. And they're asking you to keep ebbing and flowing, because, again, with the river, it's just like you've done so much already. And you can't be pulled back any longer. You're in the flow. You're on that lazy river. You're on that river of, like I was saying in the beginning, of deciding what you're taking into your boat and what you're not. So the things that are floating by you, do you still want those in your life? Do they still have a part to play, or are they beneficial? Like you're so self-aware of what you're allowing. You're so self-aware and mindful of energy that you're allowing in your life. And, the flow and that fluidity, because you found that place within yourself, you finally found a place of home. You finally found a place of love. You finally found a place of healing within yourself, that you're not giving that up for anything, which is exactly how it should be. So they're saying you're on this beautiful path of ebbing and flowing. You're on this beautiful path of creating. So they're just showing me, like, as you float down this river, it's taking you where you need to go. They're offering you everything that you need. And, you're getting to that place of abundance, like that flow of abundance, that waterfall that's going to cascade over you. So they're showing me, like, you really taking stock of the power that you have, and the fact that you are co-creating with the life, like you're co-creating to build this life that you want, to build this life that you deserve, to build this life that you never thought you could have. And you're not doubting yourself anymore. Like, I mean, there still feels like there's moments, obviously, because, we're going through huge changes, but you're so quick to let that ebb and flow and be like, okay, I had a moment, but I'm going to keep it moving, because you're so powerful. You're so enlightened. They're saying, like, you've leveled up to a place of absolute no return. Like, even if you wanted to return to old energy, you couldn't. So they're just showing me like you've taken those steps. You've taken those steps to really be in your power and to really have created this space of empowerment and knowing within yourself. Like, you know, you're a powerhouse. You know that you are literally a co-creator, and your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your heart. They're saying like you've had to do a lot of healing with your heart, a lot of repairs in your heart center, and that hasn't been easy. So they're just asking you to, you know, celebrate yourself, celebrate how far you've come, and everything that you've worked towards in your healing is now coming into fruition. So it's like the heart healing is such a huge part of your becoming, because you have such an open heart, and even though things have happened in the past that feel very traumatic, you've done so much healing now that you are such a loving person and your heart is so open, and that is like your beacon. So that's attracting all of this health and joy and wealth and prosperity and all of these things. So they're just asking you to stay in that flow. Cooperation, release. So again, like you're on this beautiful boat and you're just chilling, and you know, you're releasing the things that you don't need. So anything that's in it's in your boat right now, dump it out. Like, okay, I don't need that. No, okay, I don't need that. And that is part of that release, but that comes into that flow, because still feel what you need to feel. Still allow yourself to be human. Allow yourself to be in that energy of feel, heal, feel, deal, heal, release. So they're just saying like that's you taking your power out of things that are disempowering, and knowing that, you know what, I've got this. And that you're cooperating with your higher self. You're cooperating with you're so trusting with your team now, like your spirit team, your guides, and your inner GPS, your inner guidance, that you don't question anymore. Like you're like, okay, I usually take, you know, I go down this street and I always turn right, but you hear turn left. You just trust. You're like, okay, I'm going to turn left today. Like you're in such a co-partnership with your divine team and with your guides and you know, your ancestors and everything like that. It's like this beautiful flow and beautiful connectivity, and you're able to release the things that are not serving you, because you see them. You know that, okay, that energy was not a positive contributor to my life, so I'm going to lovingly let it go. Or, you know, that mindset is not serving me, so I'm going to let that go. Or, you know, people, places, things. So all of those things, like you're able to release them consciously, and to really take your power back from those unwanted energies. Take your strength back from things that may have been disempowering before, because who you are right now is who is in charge and who has all the power. So just saying to stay in that flow, and to know that this co-creation energy that you're in is amazing, and you know, you've worked hard to get here. So just asking you to stay with it, and to keep flowing and releasing as you go, because things, you know, things are going to come up. We know that things will come to surface, but remember that to release control of the uncontrollable. You only have control over how you feel, how you react, how you respond, how you accept a challenge, or how you overcome things. Like, you have no control out of other people's actions or what's going on outside of yourself. So they're asking you to, you know, stay in that place of empowerment, where I release control of the uncontrollable, and I stay focused in my power, stay focused in the energy that is bringing me joy and bliss. And then you have truth and refuge. Your truth is your refuge. That's what they're saying. Your truth is all about, it's like you, so they show me your throat chakra. Like you haven't been able to be who you were born to be for very much of your life. It's only been since this journey, like this conscious healing journey has started, that you've been really able to speak your truth and to really be who you are, like be who you were born to be, and be in that power of they show me just like, so anytime I see sparkles, it's always about magic. Like you have such a healing energy and such a loving vibration, and the challenges that you have overcome in this life have been to give you more tools to help others, to give you more tools to be the light worker that you were born to be, and to, finding refuge in your power, finding refuge in the fact that you're amazing, and you're powerful, and you're kind, and you're loving. And, even though some dark shit has happened in life, you never turned into a hateful and vengeful person. I mean, we all have our moments, but you've never been a person that wanted to harm anyone. So they're just saying, like, as far as like, you to consciously cause anyone else suffering. And because even when, you've hurt someone or whatever in an unconscious way, you still, held on to this guilt and this, you felt bad. So they're saying that now you're in this power of speaking your truth. Now you're in this power of rising to your truth and knowing that everything that you've gone through, every experience has been to empower you, because using your voice, using your, like, speaking your truth and being your authentic self is giving you so much more support and inner guidance, because you're finally in that place of expansion and tapping into your truth and tapping into your intrinsic self, because that refuge, that feeling of love and home and empowerment, and growth and beauty is in that place of heart center, of all the healing that you've done, of all of the work that you've done to heal that heart and to, expand and really tap into that light, into that inner source. Because the more you're speaking your truth, which is always from your heart center, the more guidance you're going to get on this lazy river to show that, you know what, yes, I deserve this. Yes, I deserve health. I deserve wealth. I deserve joy. I deserve bliss. And to really, truly know that without a doubt, because that's where they're guiding you, to know that, hey, you're freaking incredible. You are a divine, loving being, and you deserve all of this. You deserve all of this love and light and joy and everything like that. So they're just saying to stay in your truth, stand in your authentic truth, no matter what's going on outside of you, and really continue to tap into that, because that's it's like the light within you is expanding. It's like this flutter in your heart feeling, like, because you're just doing this beautiful expansion. So they're saying to stay there and stay in that power, stay in that truth. Okay. All right, my loves. Now for our third pile, for our blue kinites, what do we have for you, my loves? Blue kinite. What is your vibe? All right, so we have abundance and movement. Abundance and movement. So there just feels like this fluidity, this, and 2s and 4s are your numbers. That's what they're saying for further confirmation. If you're seeing a lot of 2s and 4s, they're just saying like you're drifting toward, like, there's no longer a resistance. There's no longer like where you used to resist change. Like there was a almost like a struggle with change, almost like this place of that unhealed ego that doesn't like change. And, this is too good to be true, or, too good, like it's too easy kind of thing, as far as receiving abundance and really aligning with the things that you love and the things that your heart desires, because you're moving towards that abundance. Now you're finally in that place of clearing and purging and creating space. So they show me this openness, like this, almost like this vortex of that's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's filled with light, and it's filled with sparkles. So it's magic. Every time they show me sparkles, it's magic. So it's like you're drifting really beautifully towards this place of abundance and this place of, picking the fruits that you have, the fruition, like that you planted the seeds, the tree has sprung, the fruit is almost ripe, and you're like right there ready to pick pick the fruit, because that movement the movement that you've worked, so it just feels like there was like so much resistance at one time, or not at one time, but there was just so much resistance that you're putting up against yourself, like almost like self-sabotaging and not believing in yourself and stuff like that. But that's cleared now. Like your movement now is so much more fluid, and you get a little stuck once in a while, you hit a speed bump once in a while, but you're so aware, you're so positive and optimistic and trusting on your journey now that they're just like, it's barely slowing you down. It might make you pause, but you're always right back into that fluidity, into that flow. And that's what's bringing forth this beautiful abundance. They just show me, like, abundance in health, abundance in joy, abundance in wealth, and abundance in love, abundance in light, and all these beautiful things. And it's like, they're just asking you to have that mindset. I have received infinite wealth and abundance. They're just asking you to hold that mantra, I guess you'd say, or affirmation. I have received infinite wealth and abundance. And when you're starting to feel a little heavy at times, to remember that as your mantra, that as your tool to say, this abundance is flowing to me, effortlessly, and it just feels so large and so like wish fulfillment and dreams coming true. And that focus on yourself, that focus on your growth and your expansion is beautiful. So they're just asking you to stay in that vibration. Then you have spontaneity and respect. So self-respect. So knowing that yes, you have worked very hard to be who you are and to become the person you are today, but also to respect other people's viewpoints or where they are in their lives, because it just feels like there's been some conflict, I guess you could say, where not seeing eye to eye, like not people that you've known for a long time, or family and stuff like that. Like it's just very much a frustration that you see so much beauty and so much power and so much abundance and everything like that. They just can't see that. Like they almost talk shit into your dreams kind of thing. It's like, well, if you want that, it's going to be like, and they're just saying to allow that to be their truth, but don't allow that to be yours. Like, don't allow them to speak their doubts or worries or whatever into your truth, because where you are is, I don't like to say further ahead, but you're just in a different place vibrationally. Like you're in a vibration of receiving, you're in a vibration of fluidity, you're in a vibration of faith and trust, and they just haven't reached it yet. And the spontaneity is very much about you enjoying your life. Like enjoy those dreams that you're creating, enjoy journaling, enjoy if you do a vision board, and like enjoy what you're doing no matter what it is. Take your joy and let it fill your life. Like the simplest little things, like going for a walk, just stop and if it's snowing, just stop and appreciate the snowflakes, or if it's sunny, stop and appreciate the sunshine. Like they're saying to be spontaneous and really engage with your life, really engage with, because it feels like you've been in hermit mode for quite a while. So just asking you to get out there and engage with yourself, engage with the things that feel good to you and that are healthy and supportive of the abundant life that you're ready to live, and in that healthy and positive, expansive place. Because it's moving beyond, it's moving into a place of embracing life, embracing new beginnings, embracing the joys and the bliss that are available to you, because everything else doesn't matter. Like what you want for yourself, and that heart-centered desire, that's what matters. Because it's like your abundance, your blessings, your fruition, that's going to help a lot of people. Like it's not just like, although this is, yes, definitely for you, 100%, this is really going to help other people and their path. Like you're going to be such a guiding light, like the lighthouse energy, like to know that your wealth spreads. Like you don't want a lot of life. You're pretty simple as far as you're not looking for, a 20-bedroom mansion, and like, you love the simplicity of life, and, you want nice things, yes, and some luxury in your life, but in a sense of, oh my gosh, and I can do this for my family, or and I can do this for a charity, or like, just like, your abundance is very fluid. Your abundance is very about not just you living your best life, but helping others in the world to do that as well. You have vision and expression. So vision and expression. And again, your vision is very much about, that expansiveness, and that place of support for other people, support for, like, you have a big vision. It's like you creating a charity yourself, or partnering with charities, or something to do in a charitable fashion where, you're helping the homeless, or you're helping animals and stuff like that. It just feels like your vision for your abundance is huge, and it's just very powerful and loving, and it comes from a beautiful place, and manifesting your thoughts and transforming them into prosperity and love and joy and connection and oneness and unity, and it's just beautiful. So they're just asking you to really hold on to your vision and take time to, they're saying to manifest your vision. And that's just by you focusing on the things that where your thoughts are going, or where you're who you're giving your attention to, as far as not letting people talk shit into your dreams, not letting people talk shit into your vision and stuff like that. And not worry about the details, so to speak. It's like, oh, like, you want to do this, but somebody says, oh, that's going to be a lot of money. How are you going to, like, don't focus on the details. Focus on the vision and the fact that you're manifesting it, and allow the infinite ways for it to happen. Okay. And then you have your final cards, gratitude and power. So the gratitude for your life as it is, the gratitude for everything that you have come through, the gratitude for where you're going, and the power that you have, and the power that has been, they show me this bubbling cauldron, so to speak. So it's like all of this power has been bubbling within you, and because you've had some struggles to come through, you've had some challenges that you've had to overcome in some really deep ways, but you're always grateful. You're always grateful for your life. You're always grateful for the people closest to you. You're always grateful for the opportunities that have kind of presented themselves. And that is where, like, that's where your power has really grown, to say that, you know what, that was really shit that happened, but I am who I am now, and that's all that matters. Like, you have gained so much from yourself and so much from your healing journey, and you're just this beacon of light for other people. You're just this place of power, this Messiah kind of thing. Like, people look up to you, like people that you don't even know, or may not even know, kind of thing. They look up to you, and they look to you for that boost of energy, that boost of power and support and love and positivity, and that you help people to feel good just by being there. You help, like, your vibration is very loving and very kind and very compassionate, and you walk into a room and people just appreciate the fact that you're there. Like, you just walking into a room helps people to smile and feel a little bit better. So this asking you to really, embrace gratitude for every moment, for every breath, and keep filling that light center, and feeding your own powers by doing the work that you're doing, and doing that healing that you're doing, and appreciating the life that you have and all that you're creating, and the abundance that is. Like, it's here. It's here. It's just you're kind of clearing the fog, because it's like that overthinking mind is kind of that wanting to know the hows and the whens and all that kind of stuff. But your higher self is like, don't worry about the hows and the whens. It's here. So let's just, tap into that and have faith in that, and know that the universe is abundant. The universe is infinite, and everything that's coming forward is like, there's enough for everybody. So having that mindset and trusting and having gratitude for that, for the fact that you live in an abundant world, is really going to help you to kind of overcome those last little hurdles this month, you know, to really put yourself in a place of empowerment where, you know, you really step into those master manifestor shoes. All right, my loves, I hope that resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day, night, morning, whenever you're seeing this, and, you know, take care of you. All right, stay blessed, guys.